Hey beautiful people, what is up and welcome back to my channel. I am Jamila and I love all things beauty. I love all things makeup, I love all things skincare, and I especially love finding high-end and luxury beauty products at bargain prices. Yes, we do. All right. Okay, so for today's video, I have a good old quick and dirty Sephora and Ulta haul for you guys. And most of the products that I want to show you all here today are products that I picked up over the Memorial Day weekend sales, but I did get a couple kind of after that as well. But there were a ton of sales for Memorial Day. There were a ton of sales after Memorial Day as well. So I did pick up a couple of products that I wanted to show you all. And before we dive into that, if you were curious, I am wearing Mama Pat's Platinum Bronze. Is that what it's called? Yes. It's one of her mini motherships. It's the Platinum Bronze one. I am wearing it on my eyes, kind of in celebration of Mama Pat's birthday. And these are the shades here. So a very beautiful cool tone palette. This is no longer available, but I did manage to find this on Poshmark for almost about the same price as it cost. Actually, probably a little bit cheaper than what the original price was. So yeah, you could find it from like resellers, and it was brand new when I found it, so that's a good thing. But like I was saying, I'm wearing it on my eyes today because I am joining in on the challenge, I want to call it, that Yadi Beauty and the Frizz and Dr. Ash and her makeup put out to content creators everywhere who love Mama Pat to celebrate her for her entire birthday week. I believe her birthday is June 11th, so Friday. So they've asked that folks create content, share photos of their favorite Pat products, and just tag them in it. So that's what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and I will probably have a couple of photos on my Instagram. So if you're not following me there, make sure you check me out on Instagram. But anyways, let's dive into the products that I picked up in this haul. So first things first, I want to show you a couple of products that I actually picked up from Natasha Denona's website during her Memorial Day sale. And the three products that I grabbed were her two holiday releases that she actually brought back. And I do have a dedicated video on my channel showing one look with each of these palettes. And I absolutely love these. I think this was a perfect buy. So if you did manage to snag this during her Memorial Day sale, I am so very happy for you. I know that they are still available on her website now. It is a little bit more expensive, but it is cheaper than the original price. To my knowledge, these retail for $48 a piece, and right now you can get them for $38, I believe, on her website. So not as good as the Memorial Day sale, but still a deeper discount. And then the next thing I picked up was Natasha's Leela palette. Now I had been eyeing this for a while because it is a beautiful purple eyeshadow palette, but this is $129. I was not paying $129. Period. And for Memorial Day, she had this on sale for $80, so I went ahead and snagged it. And these are the shades here for you guys. So really beautiful. It is that sort of pink, mauvey, deep red. You know, it's a little bit on the grungy side. The shades are a little bit deeper, but I do think that it is extremely beautiful. And if you have a deeper complexion like mine, I think you would love this, especially if you love a purple pink color story like I do. So those were all of the products that I picked up from Natasha's website. Next, and the remaining set of products are products that I got either from Sephora or from Ulta. So, as you see here, I have my Sephora box and I have my Ulta bag. So, let's dive into the goodies that I grabbed at Sephora first. So one of the things that I picked up, and I believe I picked this up during Memorial Day weekend, but I'm not 100% sure. And the reason why I say I'm not 100% sure is because if you don't know Marc Jacobs, all of their products are 50% off at Sephora as well as on the Marc Jacobs website. I don't know what happened with the brand. There are rumors that they're going out of business. There are rumors that they're reformulating. I don't know which is true. But their eyeshadow palettes were on sale for 50% off. These typically retail for $49, and I believe that they are on sale currently for $25. So I decided to grab me one of the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palettes. Now I do like Marc Jacobs formula. I don't love it, but I think that it is really nice. It is definitely a sophisticated formula. This is technically a luxury brand. And this is the Flamboyant palette. It has this really beautiful cheetah print outer packaging. And then when you open it up, these are the colors here. So it's on the cooler side, but I think that this is a very wearable everyday color story, which I really do appreciate, because I love that Marc Jacobs formula and his shadows tend to be more of that satin shimmer, so not super in your face, not super high impact, but the type that I think is absolutely perfect for everyday wear and what I would typically wear to work. So that was my first Sephora purchase. Next, and this one is out of the box because I've already used it so many times, I picked up the Lys, which is Love Yourself Beauty Bronzer. This is their No Limits matte bronzer, and it's in the shade Strength, which is their dark shade. Now, if you don't know, Lys Beauty is a new to me, but also new, Black-owned clean beauty brand at Sephora. So there are a couple of reviews that I've seen online about this. I have been really into bronzer lately and have been on a huge bronzer hunt, and this is one of the bronzers that caught my eye. So this is the shade right here. It definitely looks pretty deep in the pan, but this actually shows up really beautifully on the face. It's not too red, which is one of my gripes with bronzers for deeper skin tones, is that they always end up red as hell, and I am very golden neutral, so I don't like a red bronzer. But this is beautiful on the face. I'm actually wearing it right now. I don't know if you can tell, I've had this makeup on for a while, but I love how this bronzer shows up on my skin. The next thing that I picked up during the Memorial Day sale was one of the ABH Novena collection palettes. And this is the Pro Pigment palette volume 2. And this was on sale both at Sephora as well as at Ulta for 50% off. Now, these Novena palettes are $60 a piece, so I got it for $30. And she is beautiful. First of all, she's huge, very weighty, so it feels like it's good quality packaging because it's heavy. And then when you open it up, y'all, this is the color story. I was really hesitant to pick up this palette because looking at it online, it had so much colors. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. There were tons of blues, tons of greens, and then like these random pops of yellows and oranges and 1 or 2 pinks. And I was like, I don't understand how this fits together. But seeing this in person, I am honestly really happy that I picked it up. Now, I still think that I will need to work a little bit harder to figure out how to put a look together because the shades are kind of sort of mixed up all over the place. But I do think that I could get really beautiful and really creative looks out of this palette. Now, this is a pigment palette, so as I understand it, that's supposed to mean that it would have a lot more sort of vibrancy to it. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. And I'm not sure how the Novena formula compares to the ABH formula, but if it's anything like that, I know I will like this palette. But that's only if it's similar or the exact same to the ABH formula. And the last thing that I picked up from Sephora is the Patrick Star One Size eyeshadow palette. Now, I have seen this palette go on sale multiple times, and it's always for 50% off. Now, this retails for $42, and with the sale, I was able to get it for $21. I have heard good things about the eyeshadow. I've heard that it's not revolutionary, but the quality is good. So I did think that I wanted to give this a try because I do actually like the color story of this very much. And the reason why I like the color story is because it is a basic neutral palette with a pop of blue. Seriously, cover this blue shade here and you have a neutral palette. Even if you cover this purple shade here too, neutral palette. So, you know, I understand what people are saying. There's nothing revolutionary about this. It's a basic neutral palette, but these are also the neutrals that I like. So you have all of these sort of browns that you need, and you do get a ton of depth with this brown and this black shade, and this definitely would work as a transition color for my complexion. And you have the staple neutrals. So you have a more gold copper neutral, a more kind of warm reddish brown, and then a army green here, which I absolutely love. That's one of my favorite shades. And you do get this, you know, blue, I guess, to shake things up a little bit. You could probably put that in your waterline. But I was curious. It was 50% off. I want to try the formula. So I will definitely let you all know how I feel about this. This is the only palette from the brand so far. So hopefully there'll be more. So that was the last thing I picked up from Sephora. I do want to quickly say that with my purchase, I was able to get sort of a free gift. So I did end up getting the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Deluxe Primer. So this is a deluxe size of their primer. So I will give this a try, let you guys know how I feel about it. She's so cute. And lastly, my Ulta purchase. So when it comes to what I picked up from Ulta, I did pick up a couple of things during the Memorial Day sale, but I also picked up some things during a sale that they had directly after Memorial Day. And this was a little, I don't want to call it a secret sale, but it wasn't a sale that they really advertised. For a couple of days after Memorial Day, Ulta offered a $10 off a $35 purchase if you selected buy online and pick up in store. Now this was a great option. I love going into stores, so I didn't mind that at all. The one thing that I had an issue with, or that I didn't realize was a problem until I actually tried to shop the sale, is that there were a lot of products on Ulta's website that are not available for buy online and pick up in store. And I say that because, you know, there would be products that would be available and in stock at the store, but you can't buy online and pick it up in store. You have to go in store to purchase it. So that was really annoying. And then there are select brands that are not available in all Ulta stores or in any Ulta stores at all. So it actually ended up being a little bit hard for me to find products to get the $10 off, but I managed to figure it out, and I did end up making 2 purchases where I was able to buy online and pick up in store, and I ended up saving $20 off of those 2 purchases. And the first purchase that I did for that buy online pick up in store was the Nabla Side by Side eyeshadow palette. Now, I picked up a ton of Nabla's palettes when they were on sale during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, but this was one of the palettes that was not offered at the 50% off. But I really did want to give this one a try. It is their newest eyeshadow palette, so I understand why it wasn't on sale, but it's also a really, really beautiful nude color story. Now, Nabla is a brand that I think is really up and coming, needs a lot more shine, because they produce amazing eyeshadows, and they produce so many different formulas within an eyeshadow palette, which I absolutely love. With Nabla, I found that in their eyeshadow palettes, you get the mattes, you get shimmers, you get satins, you get metallics, you get topper shades, all within one palette, which I think is amazing. And their eyeshadows are made in Italy, so you know you're getting top quality eyeshadows. So this is their side-by-side palette. It is a nude eyeshadow palette. I know we all have too many nude eyeshadow palettes, but this formula is special, so bear with me. And what I really like about this palette is that I feel like it leans both warm and cool. So I think that I could get a warm neutral look and a cool neutral look out of this. It has really great reviews online. So I am very excited that I am able to have this in my collection, and I was able to get $10 off the full price. Now this palette retails for $39. So it is on the cheaper side, especially for shadows that are made in Italy. But with it being $39 and being able to get the $10 off, it came up to $29 before tax. So definitely a good price, especially because this is a 16 pan eyeshadow palette. And yes, the pans may seem a little bit small, but if you have a large collection like I do, I will probably never ever go through this. So I'm not mad at the pans being a little bit smaller. And then the second order I placed to get the $10 off was to pick up the Nabla glitter palette in Ruby Lights and a eyebrow pencil from NYX in the shade Espresso. Now this is just a standard eyebrow pencil. I have many like this. I do enjoy the NYX eyebrow pencil formula, so I needed to make up the $35. That's why that's there. But what I really wanted was the Nabla glitter palette. Now this is a part of the collection that came out with the side-by-side palette. It is a true glitter palette. I know a lot of people don't like pressed glitters because it's not eye safe, and it just, especially if you don't like chunky glitter on your eyelids, it could be a problem. I typically don't. I typically like that fine shimmer topper shade that you would see in like a Pat McGrath palette. But I was intrigued. I really wanted to test this out. And I think what intrigued me about this even more is the claim that you don't need a glitter glue with this. And I think that's one of the problems with glitter shadows, is that you have to use a glitter glue and then tap it onto the lid to protect glitter from falling into your eye and falling all over the place. This claims to need no glitter glue and is adhesive on its own, so we'll see how that works. Again, here are the shades. beautiful gold kind of copper shades, and I think that this is actually very, very complimentary to the side by side palette. So I am really excited to be able to use both of these together to create a look. Next, I want to talk about some products that did go on sale during the Memorial Day weekend, but I believe are actually still on sale now. And the first one is the e.l.f. and Jen Atkin Let's Elfing Do This palette. So this is what the outer packaging looks like. It's a clay acrylic case. Actually, it does feel extremely weighty, so I'm very surprised and impressed by that because it feels luxe for what e.l.f. is. And this was originally $14 and it is on sale for $7. And actually, fun fact, right now it's on sale on the e.l.f. website for 60% off. So you can actually get this for $5.60 if I'm not mistaken. So even cheaper than if you would have purchased it from Ulta. But, you know, with Ulta, you could probably go in store and find it. With e.l.f., you have to get $25 to make free shipping. Is it 25 or 15? One of them. You have to make free shipping. So even though it's cheaper, you might end up paying for shipping. So it doesn't end up being cheaper. But just something to be mindful of. If you were planning on shopping e.l.f. anyways, this is cheaper on the e.l.f. website than it is on the Ulta website. Anyways, so this is the palette. I will say it before you guys can say it. It's a basic palette. And I mean basic. Basically, all you get are 4 mattes. And I should say this palette comes in 2 shades. Light medium and medium deep. This is the medium deep palette. So what you get is 4 eyeshadow shades, a bronzer, basically a big eyeshadow for people like me, but this is supposed to be a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. Now, I hate when brands do these palettes and they throw in a bronzer that's supposed to work for medium and deep skin tones. Medium and deep skin tones cannot use the same bronzer. It just doesn't work. Like, very rarely could you find something that works, especially if the bronzer that's supposed to work for medium deep skin tones looks like this. This is only going to work for medium skin tone. Now, knowing all of that, I still bought the palette, so that is totally on me. But I did watch Morgan Turner's video on this, and she had really, really great reviews of this. This was actually her #1 palette in her monthly rankings video. So I thought I would give it a try, especially because I think these mattes, if they perform as well as she says they perform, I think that they will be perfect to pair with some of my single shadows. I have a ton of Dose of Colors single shimmer shadows that I think that I would be able to create a nice sort of base to layer that on. So I could use this to have a transition shade to deepen up the outer V and then pop just a single shadow on top of it. So I picked that up from the same Jet Atkins line. I ended up picking up the Extra Lip Kit, and this comes with 3 different shades. Each shade has a lipstick on top as well as a lip liner on the bottom. And the shades are ready to go: Self-Made Pink and Bring It On Brown. So you get a pink, a brown, and so these are the 3 shades here. You get pretty much a red, a mauvey tone pink, and then a nude brown. So yeah, I think this is actually a really cool concept. I can't speak to the formula of these or honestly to any of e.l.f.'s lip products. So we will see. I guess I'll let you all know. And this lip set was originally $20. Again, 50% off, so I was able to get it for $10. And I bought this in store at Ulta. Okay, so those were all of the products that I bought on sale. And finally, when I was trying to check out and leave the people them store, I ended up running into the Colourpop display. So I did end up grabbing a couple of products from Colourpop. So what I picked up was 3 of their Super Shock Shadow shades. And they are in the shade Plume, In Axis, and Pledge Class. Now, I love the Colourpop that's such a tongue twister. I love the Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadows. I think the formula is beautiful, and I think that they are really, really, you know, multi-dimensional shimmers. So I'm always happy to add them to my collection. I don't use them as much as I should. because I always gravitate towards complete palettes, but when I do use them, I love what I'm able to create. So this shade here is in Axis, and it's a beautiful copper shade. This is Pledge Class, which is a beautiful gold. And lastly, this is Plume, which is a really nice sort of dusty mauve pink. So those were the 3 Super Shock shadows that I picked up. I also grabbed one of Colourpop's Luxe glosses as well as their Luxe Velvet lipsticks. So I picked up the Luxe Velvet lipstick in the shade Get Money. And I've never tried their like lip formula, so who knows? It will be an adventure. So this is the shade of the Velvet lipstick. And then I picked up the gloss in the shade Come Through. And this honestly kind of reminded me of the Fenty Gloss Bomb, the original one, but we'll see. So this is the shade Come Through. It might be a little bit deeper than the original Fenty gloss, but it has like these really, I don't know if you guys can see it, really fine like glitter in there that I think will look beautiful on the lips. Okay, so I completely forgot that I had another Ulta bag. So let's just quickly go through this. So I also completely forgot that I did do another buy in store and pick up online order. How on earth could I have forgotten that? So for my 3rd buy in store and pick up online order, what I ended up purchasing was the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Daily Moisturizer. Now you guys have heard me talk about this before. This is my absolute favorite moisturizer. I have so many of this. I just finished one, so this is me replenishing that. So this was more of a re-up than a new purchase that I just needed to have. And this retails for, how much is this? This is $28. So this is $28. And like I said, you get $10 after you spend $35. So to make up the $35, I picked up a Colourpop eyebrow pencil in the shade Dark Brown. So I believe this was $6 or $8, and that put me at the $35. So yeah, you can never have too many brow pencils. And I realized that I go through brow pencils really quickly. It's the quickest product that I finish. So there's that. And while I was in the store, I finally picked up the Colourpop Limoncello eyeshadow palette. Now, I watched Bella Beauty's video, and she loved this, loves it, so I felt like I needed to have it because she liked it so much. So, this is the Colourpop Limoncello palette. Now, I will admit, some of these shades are a little bit light, even for me. So we will have to see how they perform. But overall, the color story is beautiful. And again, pretty neutral, pretty basic. I don't know what it is with brands that create a neutral palette where they feel like they need to add a pop of blue, because that seems to be the theme here. Because when you look at this, it's a very warm neutral eyeshadow palette with a pop of blue. And if you cover that up, just a basic warm neutral palette. It has the warm browns, it has the yellows, right? It has the deep red browns, even yeah, this is more even a sort of green shade here. So it is a warm a warm yellow palette with a pop of blue. I have been interested in trying some more of Colourpop's eyeshadows. I really enjoyed the palette that they created with Raw Beauty Christy. I thought that the quality of that was amazing and better than some of my high-end shadows. So I was interested in seeing if this performs as good as their collab palette, because, you know, sometimes collabs can be better, sometimes they could be worse. So let's see how this goes. But this was definitely 100% a purchase that was influenced by Bella Beauty. And lastly, I picked up a mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess. Now this mascara, everybody raves about, everybody loves it. I actually do have it in the waterproof version, which I absolutely hate because it's so hard. And I mean so hard to take this off. So I thought that I should, but I do like the length that it gives. I'll say that. It's hard as hell to take it off my eyes in this waterproof formula, but it does really lengthen my eyelashes. So I'm hoping that with the original regular basic formula, that it does the same thing but doesn't get stuck to my eyelids and takes 3 days to wash off. Even when using like a pre-cleanse or like a balm to get it off. It's just, it baffles me. I don't understand it. All right. Whew. You know, that ended up being a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but that's it. Those are all of the products that I picked up during the Memorial Day weekend sales, as well as slightly after the sales. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I would be curious, what did you guys pick up during the sales? What have you guys been picking up these past couple of weeks? Let me know. And I will, oh, wait. If you liked this video, please make sure you like, please make sure you subscribe, please make sure you share. We really want to make sure that this channel keeps growing. I love all of the support I've been getting from everyone so far. It really honestly warms my whole heart. And I just want to connect with some more beauty lovers. So please like, subscribe, and share. And I will make sure and catch you guys in my next one. Bye.